Good morning. This is Pastor Marvin Osborne, First Baptist Church of Birmingham, Ohio. I hope you're well today. We're looking at Proverbs 17:1 this morning. It says, "Better is a dry morsel and quietness therewith than a house full of sacrifices with strife." Again, that comparison. He says, better is this than that. Better is to have little with peace than to have abundance in trouble. And I think many of us can understand that, right? So many times, again, as I said yesterday, we think that money is the answer. If only we had more money. If only I'd get those lottery numbers. If only I didn't have to worry about my bills. If only I didn't have to work so hard. If only I could count on retiring early in life. If only, if only, if only. And we don't realize that money's not the answer. The answer is what lies within our own heart. That idea that we need to have peace, not only with God, but we also need the peace of God in dealing with others, and the peace of God as we're dealing with our spouse and dealing with our children. He says, better is a dry morsel. Again, like we talked about yesterday, that idea of simple fare. He doesn't have an extravagant meal. Again, like yesterday, it was that of vegetables. He said just a dry morsel, simple fare. The old brown beans and cornbread. That's maybe not. It may sound simple, but I love that sort of thing, and I would love to have some right now. But he says that idea of dry morsel and quietness, to have peace in my home. How many of us would give? How much would you give to have some peace with your children? To get to a certain age, and especially you have siblings that are close in age, and they can argue and they fight and they can get jealous and accusatory and all these other things, and you just came home from a hectic day at work, and boy, all you want is just a little quiet, about 15, 20 minutes. Let me close my eyes and just de-escalate from the work, and then you come into a hostile situation. He says, better is a dry morsel with quietness than a house full of sacrifices with strife. Start thinking about that, house full of sacrifices. You know, so many times where a husband or a wife will work and work and work, and they say, well, we're working to put our kids through the private school. We're working to put for them to be in a better neighborhood. We're working so hard so that we can give them the finest clothes and all these other things. And yet it causes strife, it causes anxiety, it causes tension, it causes trouble within the home. He says, maybe we need to be more content with what we have, rather than always, again, seeking that next thing that we think will bring meaning and peace to our lives. Because the very thing that we believe we're sacrificing ourselves for, and we certainly are sacrificing our life and working, 30, 40 hours extra each week to get more money in our paycheck to buy those things for people who really don't care. And that's what somewhere along the line, you realize that all those today's treasures end up in the bottom of your kids' closet one day, and they don't mean anything to them. And yet you spent so much of your life trying to earn the money to buy those things for them. He says maybe we should seek the better of the two, to be content. Yes, to work hard, but also to enjoy life as well. That life of peace, that life of contentment, and being satisfied with what God allows us to have in our life today. Relationship over riches is always the better choice. This is Pastor Marvin Osborne saying, God loves you and I love you as well. And I'll talk to you soon.